So, a very good evening to you, Amonde. How has been the game?
I think the game started so slow for us. A lot of learning for these young guys. They came down in Kisumu with a lot of expectation, having won the first game. So it's also a learning step for them when they come down here. They know it's work. So I think Kisumu played well in the first half. They kept their heads up. They put us under pressure. We were doing a lot of mistakes. So it's for us just to correct some of the things that we didn't do right and to be able to come in and play the next game with a better score.
Okay, what was going on through your mind when the game was going on, and perhaps at times it felt like Kisumu had full control of the game?
I think playing Kisumu at the home ground, we didn't expect them to be that physical and to be able to contend for most of the things. So I think we did a lot of mistakes when we started, and I think our boys, there's something that I think it got to their head. They felt that something was not working. So through building pressure on them, and they kept on doing mistakes. So it's a matter of just making them to be comfortable and to be mature enough to understand that sometimes the game can be having pressure. It's for them to pick themselves and just to correct some of the things they can correct and play.
Individual brilliance from the players there. What is your take about your wing?
They played so well. They came in under pressure and they were able to deliver. It's just a matter of being consistent in the team and having the numbers to when it matters. When they come in, they're able to change the game and play on. So I think some of them came in today and just showed the maturity that they have.
Yeah, I've seen a couple more of your players. That's Asati, who is in for the Shujaa's team for the upcoming series that fortunately we are hosting as Kenya. How are you trying to balance him so that he's also fit and also able to represent the country?
I think Asati is an all-rounder player. He's represented Kenya for both the 15s, Shujaa and Morans, and the Simbas, and representing KCB at the same time. So it's just a matter of always managing his fatigue level and keeping him fit to be able to feature on all the games. I think with time, as he's still young, when age starts catching up with him, we'll now be able to manage him to be able to fit in all those programs.
Yeah, he's been playing 7s and 15s. Do you think there is some level of fatigue and perhaps maybe breakdown prone to injuries?
I think from his time, I've seen him work so hard. He's a very consistent player in his effort when he puts in training. So we try as much as possible to manage him where we can and to be able to just keep him fresh and keep him injury free. So he's very disciplined with himself. He works so hard. So it's a matter of just keeping that discipline, understanding when he's tired and understanding his body when he feels that he's out, just for him to get those rests that he needs to get.
Yeah, thank you for that, coach. And I've seen you've lost some players to the outer games that are going on. Is it in Dubai? And so what is your take about that, and how have you still managed to balance that? I've seen Wahinya is going to play out during this time, and what's your word to such kind of play and just the whole atmosphere?
I think most of our senior players were rested for Kisumu, having played the other weekend. We've just started the season. It's a matter of giving everybody a chance to come in and just do what they can do as a team and see how we can gauge them before we get into the knockout stages. So this was an opportunity for the guys who came to Kisumu. We still have some few senior players who we left back home to be able just to have their rest and to see if we'll be able to bring them back for the next game.
Yeah, thank you for that, coach. And then something to just check on that. Kisumu RFC, I know they just need their credits. Yes. What do you think they were doing right, and perhaps what word do you have for them?
I think they put us under pressure, and that is something that we've learned from Kisumu. So we knew, even last year when we played Kisumu, we didn't play very well. So I think this is a lesson that we still need to learn and pick up from where we left from. We played so well in Nairobi, we thought we could come down to Kisumu and do the same. So we are disappointed, but although we got the win that we needed, the bonus point that we needed, so we still go back home and just build into our confidence and to build into our game plan and see. Kisumu is a very good side, they're coming up, they're under very good coaches. You can see how the structures are coming to push. So it's a matter of time. If they're able to be consistent in what to do, they'll be a team to be reckoned on when you come down here.
All right, thank you, coach, for that. And I just want to ask you, what is one word for the KCB fans out there? The season is still started. What should they look up to?
I know our fans have a lot of expectation for us, and the boys are working very hard just to be able to meet their expectation. We promise them to work very hard as a team and to be able to deliver what we promised. So we are working, we're in the process of getting it there, and in time we'll be able to succeed and see them to have the joy that they need for a very long time.
Absolutely. What do you have in stake for the Shujaas, considering that it's December, we're only 1 month, 2 months away? I think you might not have luxury for Christmas to say. What do you have in for the Shujaas?
Shujaa still have a long way to go. We still have a few weeks to work with. The bad thing is the few weeks that we have so many holidays in between, so we'll still manage them. The good thing, we started early. We've been working with the Shujaas as we continue with the program, so it's a matter of just fitting them and getting them ready when the time comes in February to be able to present us in the World Series qualifiers.
Yeah, talking about Shujaas, are you having a hard time choosing the squad? Because I remember you had your boys doing very well at Zambezi Sevens, and now you find that some players were playing very well. Are you having a challenge so far? Or did you have a challenge also? Perhaps?
We had a challenge when we had 60 players that were picked from the local circuit. We've been able to work with all the players that were picked from the local circuit, and we'll be able to just pick the ones that we're able to use, because having players at Shujaa, we have a limit of players that we can only have at Shujaa. So we picked a few that we feel that can work with us through the season, and they are very experienced side with very young, exciting players that are coming in to support the teams that are already there. So it's just a matter of us getting the experience and working very hard to be able to present Kenya.
Yeah, thank you for that. There is something coming up. I think this is a perfect moment for you to just talk something and prove a point to the Kenyan fans. It's your debut as a coach for the Shujaas. We are hosting HSB Rugby qualifiers at the home country. This is something that has not been done so far in our history. What does that mean to you, and what plans do you have?
I think having that, us hosting the HSB qualifiers is a big call for us. This is something that we've wished for a very long time, and we've worked very hard as a team, and we are looking forward to going out to present the country. And we are looking out for our fans to come out and just have an experience of how the circuit is, and to see how the levels are very high, and to see the kind of players, the caliber of players that we have to play outside there. So it's a matter of time, and I think it's a big opportunity for the country to see how rugby has grown, and to having the circuit come into this country. It's an opportunity also for the young ones to learn and to see how big the sevens is and how big the games are going to become when we play.
All right, thank you for that. What is your general look about rugby in Kenya? Is it something that is growing to the right direction?
I would say that we are growing, but the big thing that you see, only a few teams are competing. That is something that is very detrimental to the teams. So if we're able to bring all the teams at the same level, to have proper sponsors, to be able to honor all the matches, and to have the amount of level of players that the top teams that have. So that would be growth for Kenya, and that would be growth for all the players, to have the same amount of competition from every team. So that would make players grow and would grow our game in the country. So if only 3 teams are able to compete, we are not building our game in Kenya. So we need to raise the standard of Kenya Cup, and to be able to make all the teams to grow and to be able to be in the same standard for us to say that we are competing as a country.
Thank you for that. I also need to ask you questions about the 15s rugby. Yeah. We've seen globally the top tier have been actually having tournaments and matches here in between. And for the Simbas, we actually had 3 matches?
Yeah.
What do you think about that? And perhaps how can it be done better so that we at least also build our 15s rugby?
So 15s is about structures and time. So that is one thing that we've lacked for many years. We've hadn't had enough time to be able to prepare for 15s. 15 is a lot of work. It has a lot of manpower. That is something that we've lacked. You can even see from the clubs. Most of the clubs are struggling even getting the coaches that are needed to be in the club. So this is something that we also take to the national team. They have less time to prepare. They don't have enough test matches to be able to grow. So the more you play, the more you get better. So, and the kind of test matches that we play, they are not test matches that can make us even get better. So this is something that we've complained over the years, even when during my time of play. We need to get proper test matches, and that comes with just ranking. So we've never been ranked from that top level to be able to compete with the top nations. So if we get that opportunity to grow, we need to have our national team playing good test matches for them to be able to improve. Like you see the teams that we used to play, like Portugal, Germany, they're all going to the World Cup. So we've stayed stagnant. So there's no growth that is going into our process. So this is something that we need to build to see ourselves get better.
Absolutely. Many thanks, and do enjoy the win.
Thank you.
All right.